やっぱりこれだな。
ちょっと待った！カップヌードルよりカレー飯。こっちもお湯を注ぐだけ。5分待ったら出来上がり。混ぜると無駄にうまくなる。すすらなくていいから食べさせやすい。
おいしい。
麺と飯どっちが好き？ほらほら、とにかくファーストバイト。何この感覚。
私が間違ってました。
麺より飯、カレー飯。
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Dirk's Greasy Reviews. Today we will be covering the Japanese-themed mixtape made by Ziggy Zombie 5000 called Japanathon. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Dirk's Greasy Reviews. If you are new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It would greatly help me out. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel, check the link in the description below for my PayPal and my Patreon. Also, we'll leave links in the description below for my official merch and my Discord server. Today we are reviewing a new mixtape by my friend Ziggy Zombie 5000 called Japanathon. I want to give a special thanks to him for giving me an advance copy of this mixtape so I could review it early before it actually came out. So it's 55 minutes long, which is a perfect runtime. It fits right in that little sweet spot of an hour to an hour and a half. It's ideally the perfect time for a mixtape because you don't want to lose people's attention and you don't want it to drag on for too long. So it opens up with a warning that this mixtape is disgusting and that be careful and, your standard warning for mixtape. So it opens up with a collection of clips with heavy metal music. The clips are basically from a bunch of Japanese horror movies, very gory movies, and some weird CGI animation and jab fetish stuff, bunch of different stuff, but the music really ties it all in together very, very nicely. Then it cuts to a clip of looks like a newswoman doing some kind of news story in a pig farm. And while she's doing the news, behind her, two pigs start having sex, and she doesn't even realize that it's going on. And then eventually she figures it out. She turns around, she looks over her shoulder, she sees it, and it freaks her out, and she takes off. The next clip is a guy in a giant white room doing vocal exercises. And, you're expecting like this beautiful, beautiful voice to come out of this guy after doing all these vocal exercises, but no, quite the opposite. This guy belts out this screech, and it is totally, totally, totally terrible. The next scene is a collection of clips from Tetsuo the Iron Man, which is a body horror, black and white, experimental Japanese horror film with some really great music playing while it's showing clips of Tetsuo the Iron Man. Then we cut to a collection of commercials. The first one is a guy in a bathtub and doing this synchronized dance swimming routine, and it's really weird. It's for a product called Sazana. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the next one is a Chaka drink commercial made by Coca-Cola, and it's a bunch of samurais sitting around. And one of the samurais bends over and a button pops off, and it just starts taking out all these samurais. And it's really bizarre. It's really weird, but it's pretty funny. The next one is three or four people in a kitchen kind of doing like a synchronized windmill spiral thing. And I had no clue what was going on. And apparently the commercial is for a roach trap, so don't ask me what that has to do with roach traps, but there you go. The next clip is from a Jab film where a man and a woman are basically cooking roaches on a hot plate in a pan, And you can tell the smell must be awful because the guy starts coughing and he's he's really not having it. But the woman she's all about it. So they take a bunch of roaches, they pour them into a blender, they add some water, they chop them up. I mean, she drinks it, she spits it in his mouth, she spits it on his junk, and she's pouring it on him. She's pouring on her, and it's vile. It's completely disgusting. But once again, we got great music, and it kind of takes the edge off a little bit. The next clip is Godzilla battling 3 other monsters. Typical Japanese Godzilla fashion, very cheesy, very corny. Not sure why in these Godzilla and these movies where they punch each other and sparks go flying everywhere. So apparently everything is made out of electricity in Japan. The next clip is one of 2 English lessons given by a very pretty Japanese woman. The first lesson is, "You're so good," but you want to make sure you put the emphasis on "so," because if you don't, it could sound sarcastic and rude, like "you're so good."
日常生活に役立つ英会話ワンポイントレッスンです。メモのご用意はよろしいですか？今日はとてもシンプルです。You're so good。意味はあなたすごすぎるです。こういう時に使いましょう。
Yes! You're so good! Come on! Come on, Toshi! Come on, Toshi! Come on!
You're so good. そうを伸ばして言うのがポイントです。短く言った場合、You're so good は意味が全く逆になり、相手に大変失礼な印象を与えます。
Oh yes, you're so good. You're so good. Come on. Come on, Toshi. Hey, Toshi, come on.
はい、これはいけませんね。今日のワンポイントレッスンは You're so good あなたすごすぎるでした。上手に使いましょうね。
The next is a collection of clips while the song I Think I'm Turning Japanese is playing in the background. Clips from Guso Milk. Of course, my girl Pigtails is in this. The LPS trilogy, which is supposedly the most disturbing Jav film on the market. I don't agree with that. But just a bunch of random Jav clips and Guso Milk. A woman wearing this. Basically, it's just a black strap, and she's ordering food at a fast food joint, and she's wearing a horse mask hanging out a van window, basically naked. The next is a clip from a movie called Gakidama, the Demon Within, and it's a woman who goes into a bathroom and takes a shower, and she's covered with blood. She's basically done taking the shower, and this little creature starts making a hole in the door, and it's really bizarre. It's so cheesy, and it looks like the Ghoulies, if anybody remembers that movie. So it attacks the woman, or it goes to attack the woman. She sprays it with water. It comes back, and she ends up drowning it. The next clip is some kind of music video type deal with 4 Japanese girls singing Moni Moni song. Meanie Moni song, and it's really annoying, but it's really catchy, so it sticks with you. Just a woman dressed up like a black leather cat, filleting a octopus, sucking on an octopus tentacle. That's pretty much it. The next collection is pretty funny. It's a clip of Tanner James talking about these women that have these nipples that are sucked out. And it looks like these women take some kind of suction device, maybe like one of the penis pump things where you pump it and it pulls it out. They do it to their nipples, and the nipples are like 5 or 6 inches long, and it's really, really weird. The next clip is we go to English lesson number 2. This one is a little more in depth than the first one. This is about giving head. You give good head. I give good head. Your grandparents could give head. Everybody gives good head. And yeah, so Toshi, come on, Toshi. Some more Toshi. Another collection of commercials. One's for Tee Up with a bunch of dancing ninjas and stuff. It looks like it could be a gas station. The next commercial is a ninja going to throw a throwing star, and he ends up stabbing another ninja in the head. And then a woman on a boardwalk doing flips, front flips over and over and over again. Not sure. Maybe a bank. I'm not sure. But the next clip is from some kind of Jap film where a woman's being held and forced to eat worms. Kind of played out on the worm thing a little bit. A lot of worms going on in these Japanese fetish films. I'm not sure why, but this one involves forceps and worms. So I'll leave it at that. The next clip is really, really just cute. It kind of breaks up the monotony of any mixtape like this. Just a little girl. She must be like 3 or 4 years old, maybe, singing a song, singing it with all of her heart, and it's just really cute. And it's really nice, and it made me smile. Next thing, I'm not sure where it's from. Could be a commercial of a Japanese woman with blue hair. She's got a wand, and she jumps up on a park bench. And that's pretty much it. The next clip is from a Jap film that I've actually covered on one of my live streams. And I'm going to say Pooh Burgers because that's the only thing I remember from this film was Pooh Burgers. And it's basically the clip of a guy and a girl, and she poops in a bowl, and they basically mush it up, and they take bugs and worms, and they chop them up. And they make burger patties, and they put panko chips in it and everything, like the real deal. And they spit an egg into it and blah, blah, blah. I want to make sure it's nice and tender and moist, but it's gross. And you could tell, like, on the looks of their faces when they start frying these patties up in the pan, you could tell that they're just, yeah, it's got to smell really, really bad. The next clip is a milk enema, and they hook a tube up to her butt, and then they water plants with milk coming out of this woman's butt. The next is a cheesy action movie clip from some Japanese movie where there's a guy in a bunch of bandages, another guy punches him out of his skin, and there's just a skeleton standing there. On to another collection of clips. Vomit Enema Ecstasy, Vomit Monster. I'm pretty sure Terrible Meal in there as well. But it's just vomit themed with like Japanese ska music. Really upbeat, really cool. Just, you know, it takes something that's really disturbing and makes it fun. The next clip, I'm not entirely sure what it was made for or what, but it's a Doriyami doll. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a little Japanese doll. And it's playing red light, green light with these women, Japanese women in bikinis. And so when it does the red light, green light, it turns around, and then one of the set of boobs is still bouncing, and then all of a sudden these boobs just start exploding, and yellow liquid goes everywhere. Next clip is a woman. It looks like she's a newswoman, and she has to poop because she keeps grabbing her butt. And then the guy, it cuts to the camera guy following her down the road, and she's wearing a hat. Almost look like she's trying to sneak away because she doesn't want to be known as the poop reporter. I don't know. That's my guess. The next one is, it looks like it's maybe from some kind of Japanese music video where there's a girl playing a guitar with a chainsaw at the end, and she sticks it into a guy's bum, and he starts screaming and singing, and then there's bands playing, and it's some kind of weird punk rock video with chainsaws and people's butts. Yeah. KT Trilogy and a bunch of other BDSM, self-harm type clips, which I love. The KT Trilogy, it is considered self-harm, but it's very artistic. It's very dark, but it's made really, really well, and it's really good. I love the KT Trilogy. Just a bunch of other BDSM type stuff. Great music. I loved it. This was the end of the mixtape, and he went out with a bang with the KT stuff, and I loved it. Thought it was great. So, anyways, the end credits roll. He gives me a nice shout out. A bunch of people shout outs. Also gives Lobotomy a shout out, which is really, I appreciate that a lot. And I really love this mixtape, and I'm just so grateful that there's people still making these types of mixtapes, and not everything that's coming out is this shock child abuse nonsense that's been kind of flooding the internet in the last few months. And it's just really nice that people are still making mixtapes like this. So I really loved it. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Loved it. Check it out. Once again, if you are new to the channel and you are not subscribed, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It would greatly help me out. Also, in the link, I will leave links in the description below for my GoFundMe if you are interested in becoming a credited producer for an upcoming documentary that I'm working on called The History of Mixtapes. I will leave a link in the description for my GoFundMe if you are interested in that. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, I will leave links for my PayPal and my Patreon. Also, will leave links for my Discord and my official merchandise. I also have to give a shout out to my Patrons who've been absolutely the best. They've supported me through thick and thin, and they're great. So I need to give a shout out to my Patreons: Reaper Girl, Savannah, Your Funnily Home, Mike Palmer, Trent Pace, Richard Renz, Marcus V, David Stone, and Chaz It Up. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate your help and your support. It means the world to me. Next review will be a gore comp or a gore tape, whatever you want to call it. So that will be next, so you can look forward to that. Also, I will be starting the documentary next month too as well. I will keep everyone in the loop with that. And Lobotomy 2 will be out soon. I will keep everybody in the loop with that. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys checking the video out. Please like it, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time.